Good evening to you, gang. Welcome along to the Chapel Hill Marina in Lincolnshire, and tonight's United Kingdom talk on this Friday, the 16th of April 2021. Welcome along, boys and girls. You can hear a little fan going in the background. For some reason, the computer software forced me to upgrade the what do you call it now? The resolution, and I don't know why. It wouldn't have it. So I've upgraded it, but it means when I'm showing a film, the fan in the computer goes mad because it takes a lot of energy, basically, okay? But as soon as the film finishes, you'll hear it. I don't know if you can hear that or not. It kind of starts slowing down and you won't hear it in a second. All right? I don't know why it's doing that. But there we are. How lovely to be here. It really is. Absolutely fantastic to be here. I'm feeling fantastic at the moment. If you're new to the show, welcome along, gang. If you want to contact us, I'm just going to move that little... There's a moment of amateurism there. Why can you see that white bit there? There we are. Let's just move that over a bit. That's better. Yes, if you're watching us for the first time this evening, a very good evening to you. We just have a bit of a general light-hearted chat here on this show. If you want to contact me and you're chatting away in the chat box trying to get my attention, I'm afraid I'm not in the chat box. You need to send a text or perhaps an email, gang. There's the email address there. All right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, or in the top left-hand corner there, just send us a text, 07451 287 337, all right, 07451 287 337, and I'll come to your texts in a moment. So I came up Tuesday I left my house at about 6:30, which, to be honest, was about an hour and a half earlier than I was going to leave, to be honest, because I wanted to avoid the traffic. Sorry, I'm just going to push myself up a little bit more. There we go. I wanted to avoid the traffic, but there wasn't any. Seriously, that M25 was completely clear, all running at, well, I mean, I was doing a bit slow, really, 55, 60 mile an hour. They were tearing past about 80 mile an hour. No traffic anywhere. And I stopped off on the way just to get a sandwich and a bag of crisps, and I got here I think around about 10 o'clock on Tuesday night. I managed to turn the heating on before I got here, and nice and easy. One of the things I wanted to get set up for was all my stuff in here. I didn't have a radio show or a video show booked for Wednesday, but I'm one of those people, if there's a job that needs to be done, I want to do it. I can't leave it till tomorrow. If I'd have tried to leave it to tomorrow, I would have been up at the crack of dawn. Right, I must get this done. You know, so I started doing it. And as far as I was concerned, certainly with the radio, we managed to get everything going and it all looked well. And then on Wednesday morning, of course, we tried Thursday morning, we tried to do a radio show and everything looked perfectly all right at this end. But at the other end, they couldn't hear my audio. They were connecting to me, but like dead, completely dead. And all my little things are going like this. They're flashing away. What on earth's wrong here? Anyway, we discovered that the 4G network 3 block one of the ports. Port 8080 is blocked. Don't know why that is, but they do have another, Reach On Air have another port set up, so I was able to send the show over on that one. It's a bit like a doorway, you know. They've closed that door. You can't go through that door. Don't know why. That's just how it is. Interestingly enough, I did a bit of a search on Google about this, and there's a few people who do something similar who had the same problem. But fortunately, Reach On Air do have a spare port set up for problems like that. Which you only get on with the 4G thing. So this morning I was able to do the show and it all worked perfectly all right, which I'm really pleased about. And anyway, I came in here. Apart from that, I had one computer, switched it on, worked perfectly, fantastic. Turned on the other computer, and all I got was squiggly lines on the screen. I thought, oh, here we go. Here we go. That's got to be a video card, I thought to myself, because you may remember last time there was a gap. Okay, so that's last year. A very similar thing happened. I turned on the computer and nothing worked. This time it was a different computer. The other, because there's two in here. They're both old ones. They're refurbished. I wouldn't like to leave anything of great value in here, you know. So I thought, oh God, here we go now. Anyway, so I turned it off. I thought, let's just try restart. Turned it off and turned it on again. And this time it wouldn't come on at all. Nothing. The power light was just flashing. It would blink twice and then go off. Blink twice and then go off. And I thought, oh, that sounds terribly like my fouled laptop. you know, which is buggered, you know, not fixable, unless you put a new motherboard in, and that's more than half the value of a new one. So I'm not going to bother with that. But I thought, well, I'll type into Google and see what happens. So I typed in Dell Optinics power light flashing, and up came basically the same fault from different people, in that they were saying it's quite well known for the memory sockets to become a bit loose. Take out the memory chips and try reseating them, or if you've got a spare slot, put them in another one. I thought, oh, is it worth doing this? And I've pulled the computer out and some of the wires and ready to take it into the shop. You know, I thought, oh well, you know, no shows this week. But I thought, nah, go on, give it a go, Chris. And then I thought to myself, well, how can the memory sticks possibly have become loose? It's not moved. It sits there on the floor. It's not like a laptop. But I thought, well, I mean, there's metal in there, isn't there? And in a caravan gets very cold. We're talking minus temperatures. It gets really cold in a caravan. Sometimes it's colder in here than it is outside. I kid you not. I'm sure it is. All right. So I thought I'll give it a go. So I took the top off, managed to move other things out of the way, like the CD. It's so old, it's got a CD-ROM drive in it and stuff like that. And I undone the two clips. Sorry if you're not technical, you won't know much about this, but basically do these two clips, one each side, pull the memory out and go, give it a good blow. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Push the memory thing back in and clip it up. And there were three of them. There was three of them in there, so I did them all. Then I put the side back on, turned it on, and blooming hell, it came on. It came on. So there you go. A DIY thing I'm quite good at. It's not the first time I've been able to fix a computer, I'll have you know now. I may not be able to paint a wall or anything like that, but occasionally, sometimes I can fix a computer. So really pleased about that. And here we are. You know, here we are all functioning well. So that was the computer fixed. Tuesday night, I went to bed. For some reason, I was freezing cold the whole of Tuesday night, and I don't know why. Don't know why. I must admit, I touched the pillow just before I went to bed, and the heating was on in there, and the warm air was coming out. I thought that pillow feels really cold, or is it damp? I wasn't quite sure, but anyway, I went to bed, and my feet were freezing on Tuesday night, and I had the heating on in here all night long. No, blasting. I even set it to like 20 degrees at one point, which is very hot for me, believe me. Usually I'm quite happy at about 18 degrees centigrade, 60, I don't know, 62, 64 Fahrenheit, something like that. But the whole night I was cold, and in the morning I got, why was I so cold last night? And I suddenly realised I had the summer duvet on. Of course, because I mean, I'd left here in April. I don't think I ever changed over to the winter duvet last year. It just wasn't cold enough. So I still had the summer duvet on, and that's why it was blooming cold. So I changed that over. I got the winter duvet out, left it over the settee to give it a bit of an airing on Wednesday. When I came back to the caravan, I put that on the bed, you know, in the duvet cover thing, put that on the bed, and then Wednesday afternoon I had a sleep, and all was well and good. You know, I slept very well on Wednesday night, I must say. Wednesday daytime, I went over to see my sister. She's decorating my nephew's room at the moment. My nephew and his girlfriend's rooms. I say room. He's got a blooming suite up there. Oh, yeah, because where my nephew and his girlfriend are living, it's kind of a house attached onto a house. Seriously. And of course, there's a new baby coming along. So my sister's gone into overdrive. And my brother-in-law, they've gone into overdrive, and it's all being done up. You want to see the bathroom? Oh, beautiful. My brother-in-law's done all these. I just wish I could do that sort of thing. I wish I could do that, because I'd have a palace where I live. But I can't. I can't. And you know, the other thing, I'm just not bothered. I mean, when I was over at my sister's house, we were watching some videos, YouTube videos, about caravans, you know, and some of these caravans, they're so ultra modern, you couldn't make it up. Beautiful they are inside. And here, it's very old. And I came back here and I said to my sister on the phone earlier today, and I said, do you know what, after watching those videos, you know, you realise how old in here this caravan looks. But it just doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me at all. Funny, isn't it, really? I don't care. As long as there's a kettle to make the tea and a shower to have a shower and that sort of thing, everything's fine. You know, one of those things. By the way, I think we got a few frozen. You might have had the picture freeze a little bit then, gang. Just got a little message up here. Might have to drop the quality back down. I don't know why I was getting that error message up. What I was trying to set up. We might try something else on Monday. All right. So Wednesday afternoon, we exchanged Christmas presents, which was fabulous. Would you like to see? Would you like to see what I've got? I've got to be honest, I had 3 enormous bars of chocolate. The last bit of I had just before the show today. Enormous. You mustn't give me chocolate like that. Ridiculous. Because it's in the fridge. Once it's in the fridge and in your house, it's on your mind all the time, isn't it? A bit like biscuits and crisps. Can't have them in the house. Once they're here, all the time in your mind, I would just have a little bit of chocolate or just have a bag of crisps. Anyway, I got these 3 large bars of chocolate. Apparently, according to my sister, my brother-in-law, who has diabetes, my brother-in-law reported, or she had to rebuy that large bar of chocolate 3 times because he kept eating it. Dreadful. With diabetes as well. Shocking state of affairs, anyway. So over the last 3 days, I've had all the chocolate, I'm afraid. It was very nice. But, I mean, this wasn't that bar. This was that bar. One of them was that size. One of them was sort of that size. And then there was a narrow thing as well, which is like a fudge type thing, which I've decided to share with great niece and nephews tomorrow. Great nieces and nephew tomorrow when we go to Skegness tomorrow night. Oh yes, the trawler's catch chips with baked beans on the top. I can't wait. Can't wait. Anyway, let me show you these gifts that I've got. First of all, I think my nephew's wife has been watching the show, and you know the problem I seem to have with a lot of my socks. They get holes in the bottom. Now, do you know, I've got 1 pair of socks. How does this happen, right? So the sock, it's merino wool. To be honest, if there wasn't a little bit there's a bit at the top of the sock, not the top, the bottom of the sock, what goes around the toes. And that's where it stops. The rest is just a big hole underneath. So, I'm not being funny. Where does the rest of that sock go? Right? So you imagine a sock, okay? Imagine a sock. Here's a sock. These are bought for me by my nephew and his wife. Merino wool, which means they're very warm. Okay, so here's a sock, right? Here are some socks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pairs of socks. Why is there 9 pairs and not 10? I bet my nephew's had one of those. I bet my nephew's had one of my socks. Thieving little git. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's an odd number. He's nicked one of them pairs of socks. Thieving little bastard, honestly. Anyway, let's have a look. So here's a pair of socks, right? Okay. Now, that's the top. Here's the bottom that goes over the foot, yeah? So, one of my pairs of merino socks that I have been wearing, I won't lie to you, I've been wearing them, okay? This bit here comes over the foot, but this bit here is just one big hole. It's like the bottom of the sock is completely missing. So where is that? How has that disappeared? You know, has it got clogged up in the wash? No, it can't be in the washing machine, can it? Literally, the whole of the bottom of the sock, apart from the little bit that goes across the toe, so you can just about get it to hold onto your foot when you put when you put a shoe in. Where's that gone? Don't know. Where has that gone anyway? They're my socks. They also bought me a lovely foot spa. Now, you know I've got a foot spa at home, right? Well, I've got one for here now as well. Not only that, with the tea tree oil flavouring in it. Oh, the smell is blooming beautiful. It really is. So I've got a foot spa for here now. And let me tell you, when you put your feet in a foot spa and the water's nice and warm and or hot, depending, whatever you're having there, it actually makes you feel much warmer. Even if you've not got heating on, all you've got to do is put your feet in a foot spa. Here's a little tip for you. If you're really hot in bed, first thing to do, don't chuck off your covers, put your feet out the bottom of the bed and you cool down. It's the same if you're cold. You just put your feet in a foot spa, turn the water on lovely and hot, and it warms you up. It's wonderful. So I've got a foot spa over here now and tea tree oil. And then some of my sister's presents. I must show you these. She got me this vase. There we are. It's a caravan. A caravan vase. Which we'll have a little display change around up here. So I could put that there now, couldn't I, actually? Where shall I put that? There? Shall I put that there? Let's put that there. Just need some flowers in it now. Anyone watching from the family? Flowers? No flowers, yeah? We'll put that there. Can that go on top there like that? No, maybe not. Well, rest. We'll rest the flamingo. Let's put that there. I've got 2 caravans there. I've almost got a caravan site here, haven't I? Don't tell Sylvie. I went to see Sylvie, the caravan owner's wife. The caravan owner died last year, and I went to see her yesterday. I took her some flowers over. Oh, she was so pleased. She was so pleased. As I got there, she said, "That's what we like to see, a young man bringing me flowers." I said, "Young?" I had a little bit of a chat with Sylvia about her husband, and she showed me the mass card, and she talking about her husband, and it was lovely, actually. And then I went, his grave is only on the other side of the road. There's like a little, very small plot for the people that live in Chapel Hill. And he's buried there, so I popped over there afterwards on my own just to, pay respects to the deceased body. It's a lovely little plot, actually, tiny little plot. Tiny little, so that was quite nice, and she appreciated the flowers. Anyway, so I got that, and something else my sister bought me. Here we go. What could this be? I'm surrounded by teapots. I've got so many teapots. I've got a Doctor Who one. Who got me that? That was Gary and Stacey. And here is another teapot. Look. It's wonderful, dear. Wonderful. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these blooming teapots. Careful with the polystyrene. Oh, there's nothing worse than polystyrene messes there. Dreadful. How are we doing with that picture? It's not freezing anymore, is it? No, okay. Right, hang on. There we go. And a caravan teapot. Isn't that great? Look at that. Look, I have got my own caravan site now. My own caravan site in a caravan. Right, hang on. There we go. Put that there, shall we? How's that go? Does that look all right? There we go, look. I'm going to put this, where can I... Oh, it can go on the clock. Can it go on the clock? I won't put that on the clock because it's China. There we are. Oh, they're going the wrong way, aren't they? There we are. Blooming wonderful. Thank you, Sharon. I don't know if she's watching the show today. Thank you very much for my Christmas presents there. And some other little bits and pieces. Fantastic. So we'll exchange Christmas presents. I got my brother-in-law a socket set. My sister a bag. My nephew got a hard drive. He wanted a hard drive. My nephew's wife, I got a bottle of wine and a novel, which she wanted. A book, book to read. Great nephew Harry got Lego. Great niece Evie got a top with horse riding on it, I think it was, or ponies or something like that. And Olivia got a sensory light thing, like a teddy bear light thing. So all Christmas is done. That was the quickest Christmas ever. It lasted about 5 minutes while we were exchanging our presents. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So that's my days so far. I was pleasantly surprised about the litter around here, because there's very, very little. Someone else's, in actual fact, Sylvie told me, I said, where's all the litter gone? She said, oh, someone on the site's doing it. I said, well, I do that as well. And pleasantly surprised. Hardly, nowhere near as much litter as I thought there'd be. There was a little bit. So over the last couple of days, I've done litter picking. I've done that all along the river to the bridge and back again. I actually find it a very easy walk that now. It's 45 minutes either way. I don't even notice it. Don't even notice it. And last night as well, we went for a little walk. Went round to my sister's house last night. And her and brother-in-law, we went to Stickswold, was it? Hang on a minute. Stickswold, which is, there used to be a railway. And that bloke in the 1960s who closed down a lot of the smaller lines, didn't he? Do you remember him? I can't remember his name now. If someone says his name, I'd remember it. Stickswold it is. Okay, there we go. Stickswold. There we go. And that's where we was last night. Okay. Stickswold, that's me there. And there's all of us walking along by the river yesterday. Okay, that was last night about 7:30, 8 o'clock that was. And it's a straight path. And it goes for a very long way, all the way into Lincoln. Well, it used to be a train line. Used to be a train line, and some bloke bought the house, you know, the station master's house in Stickswold. And we saw the house. Beautiful house he's got. And it's just so quiet and lovely and peaceful walking along that river. We had one cyclist, I think, went past, and that was about it. And then we saw a tawny owl. I think it was a tawny owl. It was a white owl, and it flew all the way down the river. And they got really good eyes. And it's going down there, and all of a sudden, it turned around and shot down like that. Obviously saw a mouse or something. They got fantastic eyes. It was flying all along the river. I've never ever seen, I don't think, an owl in the wild like that. It was stunning, the walk we went on last night, I have to say. Cold, but that's pretty irrelevant. We'd done about a mile there, a bit more than perhaps a mile there and back again, going one way and the other. We couldn't really go any further because my sister's dog is quite old now, and looks like it's having trouble with its back legs. Sometimes it jumps up somewhere and then its back collapses down, but it picks itself up again and carries on. And he's deaf as well, bless. Barney, the dog, she's had him, what's this little puppy, like most people who have had dogs and that. Yeah. So there we are. I have to say the litter picking today was quite easy. Because I shouldn't really have done this. Because the bins were all out. Now there's not many people's houses along by the river, but the bins were out. Obviously, you know, I thought, oh well, they've gone to collect the bins. So I had a look around, you know, as I'm passing some of these bins, and I've got a full bag. And the choice is full bag, go home, or try and unload it somewhere, then carry on. And I'm looking around. I can't see anyone now. And I open the bin. Well, they'd have been emptied, hadn't they? They'd already been emptied, these bins. Don't tell anyone. Anyway, so I looked around, emptied the bag and carried on doing it. 4 times, actually, in different bins. I don't understand some people with bins. Right? And I've seen this before. You're not putting that in my bin. It's not mine. It's a bin. What do you put in bin? Rubbish. But because it's not their bit of rubbish, they don't want to take it. Bloody stupid. The stuff I've put in my bins over the last year that I've gone collecting, doing my litter picking, is unbelievable. But, you know, a lot of people know nothing to do with me. In fact, I've seen people look in their bins and it's not theirs, so they chuck it out on the floor. Blooming idiots. And that's where we are. And now we're here. We've done my radio show this morning, which worked very well. And here we are doing a little video show as well in our regular Friday night slots. Right, let's say hello to some of you sending in messages on the show today. Hello to Lee Toby, who says, hello, Chris. Nice to see you back at the Lincolnshire Television and Radio Super Complex. Did Evie make you a chocolate cake? No, there's been no chocolate cake from Evie. Nothing. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointed. Just a little open hand waiting for a gift. No chocolate cake for Uncle Chris. Very disappointed. Hello to Glenda. Good evening, Glenda. Who said, wanted to wish you a happy Friday. Hope you're having a wonderful time in your caravan. Excited to watch the show this evening. Thank you, Glenda. Excited to be here. Excited to be here. Danny Woodhouse isn't too well today. Oh, sorry to hear that. But he's enjoying the show. Thank you, Danny. I'm sorry you're not too well. Glenda said, I sent you those caravan gifts from Amazon. Remember? You gave me your sister's address. Yes, I remember, darling. I remember. Where is it now? Oh, it's up there now. I remember. Glenda actually sent a little one with the lights on. It's fab, isn't it? Actually, when I think about it, I want to put a couple of those sticky fixers. Oh, the trouble is, no, you can't. I was going to put some of those sticky fixers underneath to sort of hold it in position. But if I do that, I won't be able to turn the thing on and off, will I? You know, one of those things there. Right, some of your texts coming in then. Hello to George Bond this evening. If you'd like to send us a text in for me to read out, feel free. 07451 287 337. Just a reminder, gang, I'm not in the chat box. As I can't see the chat box, okay? I'm not in there. So if you'd like to send me a message, then it's got to be by email, please. Or you can text in 07451 287 337. 07451 287 337. Just in the top left-hand corner. Is that big enough, that little phone number up there? I was a bit concerned it wasn't that big. Because I've only got a small screen here, so it probably looks bigger to you than it does to me there. All right. There's Gary Ross. Good evening, Gary. Hello, Gary. Hello to Diane Jebb. Hello to Stephen Petty. He's not far from here, up in Lincolnshire. Lincoln, rather. Hello to Daniel Holmes. Good evening, Daniel. Hello to Shania on the Isle of Wight. Evening, Shania. Andy is there. Good to see you back at the caravan. I was reading your Facebook earlier and I nearly choked on my tea. The banter between you and Ronnie had me in stitches. Oh, believe me, yes. That's how we talk to each other. We talk to each other like that all the time, believe it or not. It always makes me laugh, Andy, you know, when you're talking to someone, like, who you know really well, and you often get this on the Facebook or the Twitter, and then someone sees the conversation and decides to take a side. Well, there's actually no row going on. Not you, you know, other people. There's no row going on. How can you say that to someone? You know, people who are not in on the joke, and you're thinking, mind your own effing business. Do you know what I mean? Well, I don't usually say anything. I just block them. I just block people now. Can't be bothered with it anymore. Can't be bothered with the rowing and the vitriolism on Facebook and Twitter and places like that. I just get rid of them. Can't be bothered anymore. Oh, there's a small hair there. There's an eyelash. There's an eyelash. Look, there's an eyelash. Can you see that? There's an eyelash on my... Oh, there it is. Look. Let's see if you can see that. There's an eyelash. You see? Look, there it is. There's an eyelash on here. Whose is that? Who's taking their eyes out on my table? Thank you, Andy. Hello to Ollie K. Sorry I'm late. Just had my Reach show, so that's why I'm late. Do you want an official statement from JK? No, that's okay, Ollie. You don't come across as someone that would lie. I trust what you tell me. How was your show? Did it go all right? Hope it went all right for you, Ollie. Good evening to Rachel Wheatland. Hello, Rachel. Adrian Richardson said, could you drag your feet when you walk? That makes the holes in your socks. No, I don't think I'm dragging my feet, to be honest. I just don't know where does that big bit of material go. I mean, I can understand a small hole, right, where the material would come by. But when it's a big hole like that, the material clearly has gone missing somewhere. So where is it? Where has the hole gone? Where's that bit of material gone that made up that hole? Very strange. Hello to Paul. Hello, Sparky. When you get a chance, play your video back and listen to the audio. Sounds very tinny. Sounds like you're in a box. Bits, the last time it was in the caravan, you sounded a lot better. Does it? Well, that's funny because I've got the same settings as I was. Let's have a look there. I've got the sound effects on. I think I've got the sound effects on there as well. Let's just turn that off there. See how that goes now. Do I sound tinny to anyone else, or is it just Paul? Sometimes you get like a comment from one person and then everyone else says it's all right. So anyone else, does it sound a little bit funny to you today? I was listening back to the radio show earlier. That sounded all right. So I think it might be at your end. I'm not sure there. It's very cold and light outside. Yes, it is very cold outside today. Oh, there's my sister. The caravans are from your viewers. What, the teapot and this? The teapot and that are from viewers? Well, why didn't I see the notes to those? Is there a note in here then or something? I haven't seen any cards. Oh. I thought you told me you bought the teapot and that caravan thing. No? Oh, you better explain that to me tomorrow then. There must be a card somewhere. There must be a card somewhere. Where is the card? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure what's from who now. Glenda, what did you send me? Send us a quick message, Glenda, so I know. Thank you, Jeff. Dr. Beeching, that's the one. He's the one that... Hello, Jeff, all right? I've been round your caravan. Everything looks spick and span. Worry not. Worry not. I've been round with the old weed spray. There's a few weeds, so I've done all the weeds. Your side as well. Don't worry. Okay? Hopefully they'll be dead by the time... we might have to do them a couple of times, actually. Anyway, Dr. Beeching was the bloke who cancelled all the railways years ago. Yeah, I remember now. Long time ago. 1960s? 1960s that was, wasn't it? Put the caravans back together like ours and yours. Thank you, Jeff. Hello to Linda as well. Dr. Beechin, thank you, Simon. That's the bloke. Hello, Vectis. He says, oh no, not another 55 miles an hour middle lane hugger. That's me. No, I'm on the inside lane, actually. I am on the inside lane. And if a lorry wants to go past, I actually slow down even more so that he can get past. If I see him start taking over, I'm not one of those middle lane hoggers. Besides, you don't want to be in the middle lane if you're doing that. You just get flashed and bleeped and everything, don't you? Traffic might have been light in front of you. I bet there was a 10-mile traffic jam behind you, he says. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if it's ever a bin lorry, I like to slow them down. You know, blocking up the lanes and all that. Dear me. Pete Rimington says, the bloke responsible for closing railways, Lord Beeching. Thanks very much. That's right, yes. Evening to Jason Hughes. Hello to Maureen. Good evening, Maureen. That's okay, Maureen. Did you get the steam train calendar I sent you before Christmas? Yes, that's in the car. That's in the car. It's in my car. Yeah, that's in my car. I don't remember seeing a card from you. Did you send a card as well? Something's gone a bit wrong with these Christmas presents, I think. I think what's happened is I've opened them and just assumed they were all from my sister because she didn't say anything. I think she's just pretending that all the presents are from her. How am I supposed to know? Was there a label on? I know there was a label on or something like that. Thank you, Maureen. Yes, that a steam cane thing is in the car. So that's from you, is it? I thought that was from my sister as well. Very confusing. Thank you, Maureen. Hello to Fran Green. Evening, Fran. I'm very well, thank you, Fran. Ollie had a good show today. He had some rude messages towards the end of the show. Just ignore those, Ollie. Just ignore those. Awful people. Dreadful. You'll probably get them over the years. I'm sure you've had them already on Facebook things, and it's just some nasty people out there. Get rude messages. Here's my advice to you, Ollie. You delete them. Never reply to them. What they want is a response. Okay, what people want is a response. I get them on this. I don't really get them on this show at all anymore, actually, but I used to. You get a nasty message, a private message comes through, or something on a wall, or something like that. Ignore them. Never ever reply to them. That's what they want. They want you to reply. My God, I mean, there's one of the reasons I'm not in the chat box. It's just full of people that, or used to be full of people trying to trip you up all the time, making stupid comments so that they get a reaction. Never respond to them. Just ignore them. Just totally ignore them, Ollie, all right? And don't let it bother you, okay? And tell your dad as well. He had some rude, because Ollie's only 13, those of you that don't know. He got some rude messages towards the end of his show, but it's okay. I forgot to record it so I could post it up on Mixcloud. Danny Drayton said I can download it. It will definitely figure out that with JK tomorrow. Oh, that's easy. You know the Reach Replay? You get the Reach Replay, and you'll get a link there. And I think... I think if you just copy that link and put it into the address bar and get play, and then you right click somewhere and save as, and it will save the file fairly much quicker than you would have to. Let me see if I can do that for you now. Here, Ollie, pay attention now. Let's see if I can do this. I've got to be careful that no music comes out though. Otherwise we'll get in trouble. Replay. Who's on now? Oh, Clive, is it? Clive's on now. Hang on. So. Was that today you were on, Ollie? Let's have a look. Where is he? Ollie K, there he is. Right, hang on. Listen again. Okay. Let's see if that works. No, that doesn't work. Okay, well, so we click on... So you got your little name there, right? where it's on replay, Ollie K, right? Just hover over that and it'll come up with a listen again. Click on the listen again, right? Nope, that's not it, is it? There it is. Here it is, Ollie. You ready? Right, I'll tell you what to do. Do this in front of me now. Get your Reach on Air page up. Go on replay. So for today, replay today along the top. It'll probably come up with yesterday. Just go along with the arrow button so you get on today. Click on, hover over where it says handful of house. Click on listen again, right? And you'll get a little box come up saying listen again, handful of house, and a play button there, okay? Just on the right of that, where the little speaker icon is 3 dots. Can you see those? Can you see the 3 dots? Okay? Click on the 3 dots and you'll get a little thing come up, download. And then just click it and it'll download your show onto your computer, all right? You might have to tell it where to go, okay? Fingers crossed. Let me know if you're able to do that, all right? He says, he did have the problem today with rude messages, 7 till 8. I had Michael Jackson telling me to stop talking. They were so stupid, they sent it through the Reach system so I can permanently see it. No, you can't. You can't permanently see it anymore because once you've closed that box down, they're gone. You won't see those messages again. All right, good evening to Mick Davenport. Evening to you. Me and Mandy got a second COVID jab on Wednesday. I haven't got that one for me. I haven't got that one at all. Andy, have you watched the excellent BBC comedy Dr. Beeching with the fantastic actor Paul Shane and Sue Pollard? I have that on DVD. I watch it a lot and it's always good to see steam trains. There's a YouTube channel now as well for my local steam railway, the Severn Valley Steam Railway. The cams are on 24/7. I do like a steam train, don't you? Oh, I love it. I love it. There's one at Whitby. I love a steam train. And Jeff says, thanks for the weeding. Very happy to do the weeding for you there, old boy, all right? Not old, but you know what I mean. Very happy to do the weeding for you. Okay. Oh, there's my sister. Now, what has she done now? Can you get me a lead? You've sent me your, you've sent me one of your bingo tickets, Sharon. Why is that? Why has she sent me one of her bingo tickets? Here we go, Glenda. I bought them. All the caravan stuff, the teapot, the planter, and a caravan sign. Caravan sign. So that's all from you. I didn't even know that, Glenda. Why did I not know that? Well, thank you very much, Glenda. That's very much appreciated. I know the caravan sign is in the car. Actually, that's still in the car. There's a couple of boxes still in the car. I didn't even know this. All I knew is that I got some caravans. I thought they were from my sister. I actually thought the calendar was from my sister as well. No one told me they came from someone else. Oh, Christ almighty. Isn't it hopeless, isn't it? It's really hopeless. Maureen says I sent you a Christmas card with the robin on it and a small bar of Galaxy. Caramel. Right, I've had the caramel chocolate. Again, I thought that was from my sister. I didn't know this from other people. Well, thank you very much, Maureen. The chocolate I've had already. I don't remember seeing the Christmas card. Don't remember seeing the Christmas card. I don't... It's very confusing, very confusing. Thank you, Maureen. I'll have a look for the Christmas card. It may be in the car or it may be in an envelope. Oh, dreadful. Okay, thank you very much. Ollie, downloading now. Excellent. So we've helped Ollie. Right, let's move on then. We've got some stories and bits and pieces to do today, gang. We'll open the phone line a little bit later on. Who or what would you like to carry your coffin? As you know, tomorrow is the funeral of the grandfather of our nation. Poor old Prince Philip is going to die. Oh, sorry. Is going to be buried tomorrow. All happening at Windsor Castle. It's all on the telly tomorrow. I think 12:30 on BBC One. Okay. And I ask you, Who or what would you like to carry your coffin? Because Prince Philip's going in a Land Rover. Yeah, he's no Mercedes for him, no stretch limousine or anything like that. He's going in a Land Rover. And this Land Rover, he's been doing himself for 16 years. He's been creating, sort of doing things to this Land Rover. It's in the Daily Mail. For 16 years, Prince Philip... And how would you like to be taken on your last journey? How would you like? My nan, when one of my nans died, Nanny Hayes, we left at our house in Roehampton and we went all round the East End and all round there we went. It was a long journey. We must have been in this car for about an hour and a half. It was wonderful, really. And you often see other people, don't you? Horse-drawn carriages, things like that. Open-top carriages, whatever. Prince Philip, a Land Rover. He's going to be taken in a Land Rover to his final place of resting. For nearly 16 years, Prince Philip tinkered and toiled on a secret project he knew he would never live to see used. The hearse to carry his own coffin. Amazing. This is what he wanted. This is what he wanted. Now, 2 days before his funeral on Saturday, the custom-made Land Rover designed by the Duke has been unveiled for the first time. His work on the bespoke Land Rover Defender TD5. Now, I've had Land Rover Defenders. Fantastic vehicles. Very, very expensive to run. Very expensive to run, but fantastic vehicles. Okay? His work on the bespoke Land Rover Defender began in 2003, the year he turned 82. And was finished when he was 98 2 years ago in 2019. The open-top rear has been modified to fit his coffin and equipped with special rubber grips on silver pins known as the stops to keep it secure while it makes the journey through Windsor to St George's Chapel. A military man to his core, Philip also requested the original bell-sized green paintwork was changed to dark bronze green like those used by the armed forces. And this vehicle is amazing. I mean, it really is. I've got a little green Land Rover that great-nephew Harry bought me last year, funnily enough, when we was at the garden centre and doing a little bit of shopping last was it last year? I think it was last year, and he just went and bought it for me. Little it's actually a Christmas decoration with a tree on the top. Here we go. That's what's carrying Prince Philip tomorrow. Doesn't that look fantastic? How fantastic does that look? Eh? Wonderful. A military man to his core, this is in the Daily Mail, Philip also requested the original bell-sized green paintwork was changed to dark bronze green like used by the armed forces. And that's what is being carried in tomorrow. The military green repaint was one of the many modifications Philip made to the vehicle that was first built at the manufacturer's Solihull factory. Now, they've got there's a new design of a Land Rover out now, which is really nice. It's very nice. It's nothing like the old one, really. You know, if you're a proper, I'm sure some of you blokes out there are proper like Land Rover people, and you see this new Land Rover, and you think, oh, it's not really a Land Rover. Not Philip's one, the new designed ones, you know. To me, a Defender is that square army thing. Which is a picture of what I've just showed you there. It says it's got heavy-duty wheels and angular structure. The sturdy design stands testament to the Duke's penchant for engineering and functionality. So that's what he's going to tomorrow. Fantastic. And I'll show you the back of it that he's done himself. And if you look carefully, that is exactly as it would look like inside a... You know, the funeral cards that you get. So you slot the coffin in there like that. Amazing. Amazing what is done. But how would you like to be buried? What would you like your last journey to be on? Anything like that? Anyone fancy like a bus? A London bus, perhaps? You quite like something like that? A London bus. Taking you around on the top deck so you can have a good look out on your way down to the underground, so to speak. Or a train. Or a plane. A plane. Perhaps you could be flown in one of those little planes somewhere like that, eh? Is that doing it for you? How would you like it? Evening, Amelia. Ollie, did my email that I sent on Monday, knowing my emails, it won't come for eternity? I don't know. I don't know, really. What do you reckon? What do you fancy? How would you like to be buried? We can open the phone line now, actually. I didn't put the phone line on my little box here. Oh, yes, I did. There it is. There you go. Phone line's open now if you want to call in. 020 8144 3477 is my local London number, okay? 020 8144 3477 if you want to call in tonight. How would you like to be your final journey? Your final journey, how would you like that to happen? And on a very, very similar subject, can you think of any unusual outfits that you might want to wear to a funeral? Unusual outfits. And I ask this because tomorrow they're all wearing, none of them are wearing the military stuff, are they? The Daily Mirror, Harry and Andrew were squabbling about funeral fancy dress. Is this what you expect from the Kardashians? They were rowing about what they're going to wear. You know, I think Harry, he wanted to go in a pink tutu, to be honest, a little pink tutu. Little ballerina dress, perhaps, Harry. Come on, Harry, get your sense of humour back, my love. We loved you when you were doing up to all those antics in Las Vegas. We loved it, didn't we? We loved it. Now, bit of a sad character, really. And William, how do you see William turning up in fancy dress? Here, perhaps we could combine the two things here, as in, you know, driving around to the to your place of burial, driving around to your place of burial, and perhaps in some sort of outfit. How about a Postman Pat outfit? You could have a little post van, couldn't you? A little postal van, and dressed in the Postman Pat. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat with a dead body, something like that. And you're driving through, you get to the thing, get to the church or burial place. You come, you sit there in your little Postman Pat outfit. I know many drag queens who have died over the years, and they request that no one wears black. Everyone dresses up in all sorts of wonderful outfits and costumes and things like that. I want to be carried in by a load of fit lads, you know, sort of about 30 years old, possibly dressed in football outfits. That would be happy to me, you know. You could just imagine the family, can't you? Oh, I can't believe what Chris has done here. Look what he's done. Oh my God. Why haven't they got black suits on? No, thanks. I want football lads burying me. Thanks very much. Headed by Marc Bowles. After he's finished with me, well, probably a night with him would kill me anyway, to be honest. Knowing what he's... Oh dear. Yes, they were apparently rowing about their various outfits, weren't they, Harry and William? According to the papers, we never know whether we're just fed all this stuff by the media, aren't we? According to the papers, but and the Queen had to step in and said, right, no uniforms. You will wear this. And so she should as well. On the emails. Oh, no one's joined in about that. Okay, not interested in that. Fair enough. Let's move on. What else have we got here? Aldi or Marc? Now, where's that little story? Aldi. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Aldi or Marks and Spencers? Come on, gang. Aldi or Marks and Spencers? 020 8144 3477 is my local London number to call in. Aldi or Marks and Spencers? Now, you know when you go in Aldi and you see stuff in there, like their chocolate, and it's in that same colour as the Cadbury's Dairy Milk, isn't it? Stuff in Aldi is designed to look very similar to the original products like Bird's Eye or something like that. And it does. They do a very good job of that. I've often wondered over the years how on earth they get away with that sort of thing. But they do. The Daily Mail again, Marks and Spencers has taken Aldi to court over a copycat version of its £7 Colin the Caterpillar cake. Now, I must admit, £7 for a cake doesn't sound too bad to me. Now, this is the... Let's see what this one... Colin the Caterpillar. Right, so this is the Marks and Spencer's one. Come on, who don't want a slice or half of that? Yes, please. Cake. You liking the size of that, eh? Well, the grocery giant, that's Marks and Spencer's, claimed Aldi was riding on the coattail of its reputation and launched an intellectual property, something which I do not pretend to be intellectual at all. Glenda, you know I'm not intellectual. I'm not intellectual enough to work out, because I would have had to work out where these beautiful gifts have come from. Look at this. Do you know what's surprising, Glenda? The fact that it didn't break in the post. These are beautiful, absolutely beautiful, these. Look. Do you know, I thought that was a toaster first. I need some flour. Oh, hang on. Just a minute. A gift from Glenda. There it is. It's inside the thing. I wouldn't have thought to look inside it. Wishing you a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year. I wanted to send you a gift to say thank you for all the joy and happiness. Give me joy in my heart, keep me serving. Give me joy in my... No, that one, yep. All the joy and happiness you bring to so many people every day. You're truly a kind soul, and that's from Glenda. And you're very kind as well. See, I found it now. I found it. Why didn't someone tell me to look in here? I want to find the card from Maureen. I can't believe I didn't know any of this. So what did my sister buy me then? Have I got anything from my sister? This story goes on. Marks and Spencer's has argued the similarity of Aldi's £4.99 Cuthbert. Don't sound as good as Colin, does it? Cuthbert. Cuthbert the Caterpillar cake to its product misleads customers who might think they are the same standard. Well, you know, when you talk about standards and stuff like that, isn't the Aldi stuff particularly good anyway? I think it is. I think you're hard pushed. I have Aldi baked beans, Lidl baked beans. They taste the same to me. The cheese is beautiful and cheap dear. I don't know about the coal quality thing, and they're talking about Marks and Spencer's talking about the same standard. You know, I've never bought anything from Marks and Spencer's and been disappointed with it. Never. That has to be said. But similar to Aldi, I don't think I bought anything from Aldi before that I haven't liked. Anyway, it carries on to say this is despite other supermarkets also carrying similar products on the shelves. Sainsbury's sells a Caterpillar cake called Wiggles. Wiggles for £6. And Tesco features Curly, the... Oh, why is that coming through there? Why is that coming through there? Anyway, let's just take this call just a moment. Let's see if this works now. Fingers crossed this works. Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening, Chris.
Hello, how are you?
Still a bit, you know, off a bit, kind of a bit.
Are you not well? What's wrong with you then?
Well, I think it's what it often happens. It's medication induced.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, it's just every so often. I think if I haven't had enough sleep or something like that, then the medication seems to get the better of me, and I end up with this like headache or like low mood sort of thing.
Oh, you don't sound very well tonight at all, mate.
No, but I thought I'd call you at least to cheer me up.
Have I cheered you up? At what point have I cheered you up? My thickness, not knowing where gifts are from, is that what's done it?
No. Oh well, no. It's just just your presence is good enough for me.
Presents? Well, I don't know who they're from.
That's presents.
I've eventually, after more than 24 hours, found the little note that was in from Glenda's present. Oh, I feel guilty now, not knowing who they were from. Yeah. I just assumed all this stuff was from my sister. I thought, there's a lot of presents this year, but I won't say anything. Anyway, what you got for us tonight, Daniel?
Well, I think. What was your last question about? Oh, Marks or Aldi?
Yes.
Oh, Aldi.
Uh,
Yeah.
you're an Aldi
Hello?
shopper, are
Oh,
you?
oh, well, I would be, yeah. Well, let's say what I've found out over the years is that often the cheaper known supermarkets are actually better.
You think they're
It's
better?
like,
What,
well,
quality
even if you
wise,
take,
or what?
well, if it, I found that if you take a product like a packet of cheese puffs, they're you have them from even from my shop next door where it's Happy Shopper stuff, two for £1. So they're good, like them. As the ones, yeah, they're good as well. But you go to the Sainsbury ones where they're going to cost about 25 pence more, well, they're awful.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, there's no cheese flavour in them.
Oh,
No,
there's nothing
not,
worse than flavourless crisps, is there? See,
yeah,
Walkers, they used to do these sensations, cheddar cheese and chutney ones, and they were so strong and they were delicious, and they just stopped. They stopped. I can't believe that they weren't popular, these crisps. Maybe they were just a bit too strong for people. I don't know.
yeah. So there's that. Yeah, so that's what I found out is that it's. I mean, my mum's more of a Sainsbury. She has a. I don't know. She's got a thing about. She thinks. I'll keep wondering if she thinks that by going the most expensive places that she's going to be like. It's like going. So, oh look! I mean, this is what I got this in March, so I got this. Oh, because I could afford it. No, and
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I think, Mum, don't. It comes to Christmas and she's got all this like proper Coca-Cola. And I go, Mum, the Asda or Sainsbury one would have been all right. You could
Yeah,
have saved
yeah.
some money there. I wouldn't have minded.
My mate's very similar. My mate's very similar. I've no problem with the quality of food from Waitrose and Marks and Spencers, but he will often only say he shops at these places because he thinks that's, I don't know why. I don't know why. It took me a while to change over to Aldi as well, Aldi and Little, but I have now, and I'm very happy with the stuff. Really.
And
You
so that
keep
was that. And
disappearing.
what about?
Keep your face in front of that phone, please, dear.
All right, I'm just trying to get around the duvet a minute.
Under the duvet.
Around it. Sorry.
How are you watching the show tonight, by the way?
I'm lying on my side
Yeah.
in bed.
Am I on your telly?
Yeah, I'm just watching you on the laptop.
On the laptop, and the sound's all right,
Yeah.
is it? This is normal.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Someone
So
was saying it was Tinny earlier.
Tinny, that's a new one.
Tinny, Timmy Tinny.
Yeah, I think the word. I think that came up on Countdown once. I remember.
Da 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 da. Boo.
Yeah, certain words that come up on there that I think.
Yeah.
Wastrel was another one. I can't remember what.
Have you
Don't
decided
make
how
one.
you want your coffin carried to a church, a
Oh, the
burial place,
coffin
anything
thing.
like that?
Well, I mean, it's fair to say that I've been around here, there, everywhere on the underground for 30 odd years, but to be honest, I just don't really go anywhere these days. I actually no, I might. I think if I can get up to it tomorrow, I'll take myself up to Liverpool Street tomorrow. If the retro clothing sale is back on tomorrow in that place around Spitalfields, I'll be going back there for the first time. But other than that, I don't really like going much around these days.
Right.
I'm not much of a traveller. I think I found when I was like a child, going out really was pleasurable.
Yes.
The trouble is now where you go on the train. I don't know where it is down up there in Chapel Hill and all that, but
No trains here. No trains anywhere near here.
no.
No,
Yes.
45 minutes away in a car. Grantham and Lincoln. That's either side sort of thing.
Yeah, but dear sir, you're in London. You get on the underground, and everyone's like got this sort of aggressive look on their face. It's all like, I'm going to bloody start on you and all this, or that look
on the
like.
London Underground,
Yeah.
yeah, it is a bit like that.
Yeah,
I miss on the trains the separate carriages we used to have. I quite like those, but sadly, unfortunately, they were
Would you mean
perfect
compartment?
places. They were perfect places to rape someone, really, or something like that. These little enclosed compartments.
Oh, you mean compartment?
Yes, I think that's why they
Yeah.
got rid of them. because of crime on trains. I think that's why they. But I quite liked, if you got a little compartment all on your own, that was just wonderful, weren't it? Eh?
Yeah, and I think it wasn't. I think even in this side of the millennium, they were still running a few. I'm sure I remember going on a train from Victoria to Croydon
Yes.
once on a compartment train. So they were still around, and they were lovely. And in fact, that reminds. There was even I've seen this. There's a report, you might have seen it on YouTube, from Thames News from about 1986 about women. It had to be women's. It wasn't just safety. It had to be women's safety. This is how sexist it was back then. It had to be women's safety on the trains, and there was talk of them thinking like even on the underground of having like women's only carriages at the front and rear.
Oh
And all this
yes,
sort of thing.
yes. I seem to remember that. I seem to remember that they were talking about women-only carriages and all that business. Well, I don't know
Yeah,
about that. That does
yeah,
come across as being a bit sexist, I suppose.
yeah, because there's always going to be men who are going to feel vulnerable
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Well, I go on the train specifically to feel vulnerable. I enjoy it.
Oh well, each to their own.
Have you not decided yet, Daniel, how you're going to be carried
Well,
to your
when I
place
go,
of rest?
I'd even be happy, Chris, if I was still living here. They could just bury my ashes in a just bury a hole in the floor in the lobby as you come in, and bury my ashes under there for all
In the
I care.
house. Perhaps it could be turned into a diamond ring. I know some people have that done with their ashes, don't they? They turn them into diamond rings.
Well, yeah. Sorry. Oh, sorry. What was that then? Was that was you apple tarting or something?
Did I what?
I thought it sounded like it was apple tarting,
What?
as in farting. I thought
No,
I
it
heard.
was a laugh. Does my
Oh, it was a
laugh
lot.
sound
Oh, a
like
bit
a
of a.
fart? How rude.
Yeah, it did. I was saying like.
No, dear. No. Not while I'm doing a show. I would not do such things like that. If you want to hear that sort of thing, listen to Ross Patzel's show on Reach. He's quite happy to burp into a microphone. No, he doesn't even do it accidentally. He brings it on purposely, his burping. Terrible.
Yeah, that's why you wouldn't want to be here in the mornings. I'd
No,
say when I
thank
get
you.
up. Oh no, it's everything. Everything happens. Honestly, in the mornings, I erupt.
Aren't you awful, dear?
But again, my mum's like it. And I used to. Because you remember the Goon Show. There was a famous. They used to use, because it's radio. They used to use sound effects of things. There was a famous one called Fred the Oyster,
Right.
and every time I used to well, first of all, I'd say, "Oh, Mum, this is you when you get up in the morning," and it goes something like, "Oh,
Are you all right, dear?
that was it.
Oh, you're very scary tonight, Daniel.
Oh, anything I can do to entertain.
Thanks for
Well,
calling, Daniel. We
yeah,
always love
well,
your calls.
oh, he certainly cheered me up. Lovely. All right then, Chris. Have a good rest of the show, mate.
Have a lovely evening. Cheerio.
All right. Okay.
There we are, gang. Daniel calling in as always from Essex. You can call in as well if you want. 020 8144 3477. Let's read some of your text messages here. Ollie says, you go in and ask for Red Bull and they turn around and say you mean Blue Cow. Where's that? At a pub. Actually, I've got a picture to show you. Ollie sent in a picture of his radio setup. There it is. There you go. That's Ollie's radio setup. He sent in a picture, you may remember, on Monday's show. I said to you, he sent a picture in. And there is this nice little setup, and he's got proper like decks there. All my stuff, I don't have any hardware like that during the show, Ollie. Mine always just, everything is on the one computer. Well, two computers. I've got one computer sends the show out. And the other computer plays all the music. So that's Ollie's setup there. And also, actually, DJ Sparky, who does a show on Reach on Air, he sent a picture of his setup as well there, which is quite substantial there. All right. A couple of people sending in their little bits and pieces. If you've got anything to send in like that, we can use on another programme. Feel free. There's the email address there, Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I'll stick the pictures up on the screen for you. All right. Good evening to Rumble Bumble. Evening, Rumble Bumble. He says, see you back in your other television and radio super studios. See you've caught up with your lovely sister and that other thing. How rude. What, that other thing? Are you talking about my brother-in-law? He won't like that, Rumble Bumble. Just a quick one to say thanks to you and Mick for sorting my computer out. Here you go. Ditched AVG and turned on the window one, and wow, just like new. I thought it might be, yeah. Excellent. Unfortunately, I've picked up a virus from Chelsea at the local chip shop. I asked for fish cake, but she gave me crabs. Oh dear. There's special shampoo for that, you know. And yeah, just pop into the chemist. Go when it's quiet, and then when you notice there's no one at the till, just go there and say, have you got any crab lotion? And she'll sort you out, okay? But wait until there's no one in there, because you don't want any embarrassing, okay? Hello to Vera. Good evening, Vera. Hello, darling. She says, it would have been Marks and Spencer's in the past, but now Aldi, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, I'm an Aldi shop. Aldi and Lidl. Aldi and Lidl. It's the same stuff. I had a friend, he was area manager for Aldi, and I asked him this question once, about the products, are they better at Marks and Spencer's and Waitrose? And he said, Chris, it all comes out of the same factory. That's what he said. Just different boxes. Hello to Shania. She says, Marks and Spencer's definitely. She loves Colin the Caterpillar. Do you have a Marks and Spencer's on the Isle of Wight at all, Shania, I wonder? Have you got one there? Weird City says, good for fruit. Marks and Spencer's used to be good until they stopped selling other products. Their bread and ice cream is horrid. No range. Oh, you must be joking. I have the little, I don't know what they are. They're like they're rolls. They're like flat. Are they Italian? And I have those, and not cheap. They're not cheap, and they are absolutely delicious. But unfortunately, the quality of the bread is that good that it brings my acid on. The better the bread, the worse the acid. Seriously, it's funny, isn't it? If I buy some cheapo bread in a black plastic bag, it don't seem to bother me. It's just the high quality stuff that it is. Weird City says, Marks and Spencer's are good for fruit. Hard to get good fruit. I have to say, you've got to be careful of some of the fruit and stuff in Lidl and Aldi. In particular, the blueberries. They seem to go off very quickly. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I think it's something to do with the Bracknell branch, to be honest, because when I buy blueberries from Skegness Aldi, they work fine. They last for ages. They last for ages, Thank you. Gary Ross, hi Chris, I'm planning on buying a project. Ex-Royal, because Gary does this. He did something else like this, didn't you? Buying a project, ex-Royal Mail van at auction. No, it wasn't you. I'm thinking of Steve Murray. Steve Murray, I don't know if you were there when we were doing the show, Gary, but Steve Murray bought a prison van and lives in it now. He lives in it. He converted it all inside. He put in a little diesel heater, and he said, they're marvellous. Those diesel heaters are fantastic. Fantastic, those things. He put in a little diesel heater, and he's got a bed, and he lives in an old prison van in someone's field, and he loves it. He loves it. Why not? If you love it, I could live in a caravan. I could quite happily live in a caravan. I could actually move in here 10 months of the year if I wanted to. Nothing's stopping me doing that. I probably have to sort out a washing machine and, have a little shed outside for a washing machine. Don't really want that inside the caravan, in case it leaks. Gary says, I'm planning on buying a project ex-Royal Mail van at auction, get it restored and hope to get it crushed in the van at the scrap. What? Get it restored and hope to get crushed at. That don't make sense. Get it restored and hope to get crushed in the van at the scrapyard. Try that again, Gary. That don't make sense. George, you shouldn't really talk about other people like that, mate. It's not nice. Shania, yes, they have a Marks and Spencer's, one in Newport, and a Smood food hall in Cowes. I had no idea you had Marks. Well, you're very modern on the Isle of Wight, aren't you? Maureen, where do you go, my love? Do you go Aldi? Or do you just go to your local one, whichever's nearest by? There you go. So it doesn't matter. Wherever you buy Colin the Caterpillar or any of the others, doesn't matter, does it? What you don't want is insects in your food. You don't want insects in your food. Have you ever found any insects or anything else like that in your food? There must have been one or two occasions at least where you've been having your dinner and you've had a fly or something, or I don't know, particularly in ice cream. A wasp will land on your ice cream. Evil things, wasps. Don't like them. Don't like what. Even worse than that, hornets. Don't like them either. Flies. Have you ever seen a fly swimming in your gravy? All those legs going like that. There was a lot of dead flies in my kitchen floor here when I got here Tuesday. I don't know what happened there. Loads of dead flies in the kitchen. Well, I say loads, about 5. Out came the Hoover. No spiders. Not a single spider anywhere, unless they're hiding. They're waiting. They're waiting, and when I least suspect it, they will strike. Oh, the legs. Oh, so many legs. But have you ever found any insects in your food? You might have seen our opening sort of advert for the programme tonight with a picture of the rice and the insects. These are quite a common thing, insects in rice. If you've ever kept flour for a long period of time, you often find weevils in there. Little things crawling around in there. The Daily Star says Miss Brown swiftly returned this bag. A mum finds insects crawling around inside Tesco rice as she cooks for her son. Now, here's an interesting thing. You're not supposed to reheat rice. Did you know that? Seriously, you're not supposed to reheat rice. What I can gather, I could do with blowing my nose, actually. Just a minute. Mum finds insects. Yes, with rice, I believe the first time you cook it, it weakens the outside of the thing, of the husk, releasing some sort of bacteria. And when you cook it the first time and eat it, that's fine. But if you reheat it, that bacteria isn't killed properly. That's something like that it is. I've heard this before. So if you have any rice left over, chuck it away. Well, don't cook so much in the first place. I can't bear food wasted like that. Anyway, so this woman swiftly returned the bag of rice to the Tesco's extra store and was told it would be sent off for inspection. Luckily, she checked the rice before making dinner. And this is really important, when you're eating something, especially if it's like a sandwich or something like that you bought from a garage. And you know how it is, girls. You know how it is. You buy that sandwich, you got it on next to you in the seat there, and you're undoing this sandwich, and you're looking at the road. You won't take your eyes off the road, good, and you have a bite of the sandwich. You ain't looked at it. There could be a dead spider in there, or a scorpion, or a pubic hair. Oh no, nasty. A horrified mum found insects crawling around inside a packet of Tesco's rice while cooking dinner for her son. The woman, identified only as Mrs. Brown, made the discovery as she took a scoop out of the basmati rice. She immediately returned the store and got a full refund from the shop, which is the same thing I'd do, I'll be honest with you. I'm not. There are people out there, the first place I would go would be to the council, to their food department. Oh, wow, I've nearly died. I nearly ate this. There's a lot of people around like that, pretending to trip up on bits of pavement so that they can get money out of the council. The same thing happens to supermarkets. Some people actually put stuff in jars and things like that and return them to the supermarket or try and get money out of the supermarket. But the supermarkets are wise on all this. Broken glass and stuff like that. And you'd send the thing back to the supermarket with a broken glass. Well, I suppose the first thing they'd check would be the glass jar itself, and they would inspect the glass to see if it's come from that jar or something else. Because if it's come from something else, it couldn't possibly have got in there. You've put it in there, haven't you? There are people like that. There's plenty of people in the world like that, I'm afraid. Mrs. Brown told the Bristol Live, this is in the Daily Star, I saw something black crawling. I looked in the bag and saw more things crawling. Oh, you wouldn't, would you, dear? Well, why didn't you just boil them for longer? That would have killed them, wouldn't it? What's the difference between eating a fly and a piece of chicken? Answer, nothing at all. After returning the rice, she said it would be sent off for inspection. The bugs in her rice appear to bear a strong resemblance to insects called weevils. Now, I believe that's what you find in flour weevils. Anyway, while weevils can be difficult to exterminate because they multiply quickly, the insects themselves are not harmful to humans. So what's she moaning about? What's she moaning about? Free food! As well as a full refund, she got a £10 Goodwill voucher from the supermarket giant, which was kind of them. Our rice is thoroughly checked at all levels, they say. We're pleased that the customer brought the packet into the store so our colleagues could provide a refund and investigate. In February, a McDonald's customer lifted up their burger bun and found a mystery dead insect. The punter ordered a big tasty from the McDonald's restaurant in Wigan. Uber Eats delivered the order just after 9 p.m, but the customers were immediately put off the meal after spotting an insect. Oh, God. You see, I bet you do as well. I bet you get your McDonald's or something like that. Don't you? Do you get your McDonald's or something like that? Do you look in it first? I bet you don't. I bet you don't. Andy was talking to the butcher at our local Marks and Spencer store, and he was in such a state that he had to sack one of the staff for putting his private parts in the bacon slicer. What? I politely asked what happened to the bacon slicer. He said I had to sack her as well. Oh, stop it, Andy. You are naughty. Gary, sorry, Chris, I want put in van when I die. I believe. Oh, right, I've got you now. Andy wants to be put in the Royal Mail van, okay, that he's going to restore and have it crushed at a scrapyard. Oh, dear. Yeah, but what if someone goes to the scrapyard then and wants parts? They're going to have bits of you all over them, aren't they? Dear me. George, will you stop moaning about the sound? No one else is moaning about the sound, only you. Stop moaning all the time tonight. You're having a moan tonight, aren't you? Just enjoy the show. Stop looking for faults all the time. Christ's sake. Right, let's just clear these down because that's getting a little bit complicated there. One moment, please, my darlings. Vera Taylor. A friend of mine bought a salad from Asda and there was a caterpillar crawling around and took it back. They said that they were not going to refund his money and accused him of putting it in there. Blimey. Really? Do they really? Gosh. Don't like the sound of that. Never mind. Anyone else want to call tonight? 0208 144 3477 is my local London number. Now, sleeping. What have you got in your bedroom? Is there anything in there that helps you to sleep? I've got my Amazon device, and there's a couple of things I sleep to. One is a little hymn thing that plays, which I've mentioned before. All you've got to do is say, Amazon, play Jesus Remember Me, and it will play you this hymn, and it's just a repetitive hymn. And goes on for a few minutes, and that's quite nice to listen to, whether you're religious or not, like chanting. And the other thing I listen to at night is rain. I say, Amazon, play Heavy Rain or something like that, or play Distant Storm. There's one. Distant Storm. Try that one out on your Amazon tonight if you can't get to sleep. You can get lullabies, all sorts of stuff on there. There's so much stuff on there. Really. What about you? Or maybe you've got something else in your bedroom that helps you to sleep, in your sleep sanctuary. The Daily Mail. Suggestions. Set the mood. What have you got in your bedroom? Anything that helps you sleep? I mean, anything. Lavender, pillows, whatever. The body relies on light cues to set its night-day rhythms. Exposing your light sensor cells to artificial light at night delays the onset of melatonin, which interferes with the quality and duration of the rest and throws you off your sleep cycle. Now, one of the things that can do that is this. How many of you have got this next to your bed at night? And I know for a fact, and I don't know if Rachel does this as well. One of the things I don't always do, sometimes I start looking at TikTok videos. And before you know it, easily an hour will pass. Flick, 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 flick. And then you put the phone down and you can't sleep. Why? Because you've been looking at, not necessarily TikTok videos, you've been looking at your phone. It sends off this light. Now, there is a night setting on this, which is supposed to make a difference. I haven't found it makes any difference. Really, you want to turn it off, I don't know, half an hour before you go to bed. You can watch the telly. But it's the phone, the light from the phone absolutely disturbs your sleep. I'm convinced of that. It says, remove these things from your bedroom. It's one of the most effective ways you can improve your sleep. It says here, this is interesting, even though small lights on your broadband router or various chargers are enough to inhibit melatonin production. If you can, move as many of these items as possible out of your room and replace light-producing electronics, especially that glaringly bright digital alarm clock. Have you got one of those, digital alarm clock? Yeah, you've got a setting on there, high or low brightness. But once you put that low brightness on, at 3 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't look very low to me, does it? Replace them with unlit versions, such as a lamp that wakes you up gently in the morning with rising light levels. If it's not possible, move or cover light-generating electronics. Black tape, just a small piece of black tape, stick it over that little light. And that'll help you there. Consider wearing an eye mask to bed instead. Blackout curtains. What have you got in your bedroom that helps you sleep? Anything at all? Blackout curtains. Unless you're living in a rural area with very little light pollution, chances are there's some kind of light coming through your window. Light blocking window blinds, even a simple roller shade that you can buy at the hardware store and easily hang yourself are an effective way to make sure you can reach your ultimate bedroom cave status. Now, I must admit, certainly at home, I sleep with the curtains open. Doesn't bother me at all. And I don't think the light outside as it gets brighter really wakes me up. I have the curtains open. And at home, I have lights all around the house. So actually, it's not pitch black out there. But it doesn't seem to bother me at all. I do have a blackout blind here. But, let's see if anyone's mentioning this. Here we are. George is listening on... I got you on my Amazon device, and I've got Amelia on my laptop and Gary on my phone. Vera, Alan Ross's show helps send me to sleep. Now, Alan Ross is a very good friend of mine. He's on Reach on Air. He'll be on tonight at midnight, actually. And he's got a voice that is really suitable to... look what I've done earlier. I don't know how I've done that. Look. And it's annoying me that I haven't got any plasters here. Alan Ross has got this voice, which is just perfect for nighttime radio. The only thing is, I'm not quite sure how many people he's got listened to him for a long time, because he's got such a beautiful voice, and it sends you to sleep. And Vera Taylor listens to him for that. Alan Ross's show helps send me to sleep. Not the show. There's nothing wrong with the show. He's just got the perfect voice to kind of relax you, really, hasn't he? Rachel says, I hold my hands up to browsing Facebook and TikTok before I fall asleep. It's not so much Facebook. I mean, it's just... My friend Ray Reynolds says Facebook is like... It's got to be one of the Best ways of wasting time. Because you never get to the end, do you, on Facebook? You're constantly... I mean, I don't know what's on here now. Let's have a quick look on here. Because I've put it back on my phone again, haven't I? Like an idiot. Let's just pick random. Let's scroll up and I'll stop somewhere, right? Let's stop there and let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Here. So this is someone who's run... I don't want to identify this person. I don't know this person, but they're running a Facebook page, right? And here's the post. It seems I've upset a few... me advertising as a hairdresser and also someone else. I was not after taking work from her, but I guess she felt this, so I've removed my post. So-and-so is a hairdresser. I felt it is a big, you know, right? So let's scroll again. How is that relevant to you and me? Answer, it's not. It's not. Let's have another. There's an advert for something. Wireless video transmission system. Oh, I need one of those. I need one. Another one here. Oh, I thought I'd try out the new 5G broadband thing from 3. Not off to a great start. Oh dear. Oh dear. So that's something else. What else we got here? Next one down. A picture of a homemade shepherd's pie. Another one here. Here's a picture of my drink down the pub. You see, I'm not going very far, am I? Someone here who's at a restaurant. There's a picture of someone at a restaurant. I mean, absolutely, completely and utterly irrelevant. All that stuff. It was Ray Reynolds. He said it's got to be the best way to wait. The biggest time wasters in the world are these apps. Facebook, TikTok's, for me, TikTok's worse. I'm flicking and flicking and flicking from video. And there's some very funny stuff. There's some very good looking people on there as well, you know. But what a waste of time, really, isn't it? Flicking this thing. And Rachel does it as well. Rumble Bumble says, can you stop saying Amazon as mine is going mad playing hymns and now it's raining? I've got a 4-foot tropical fish tank in my sleep room and have it lit with underwater LED lights. The sound of running water is so relaxing, although now I have reached the mature years, I do need a lot of wheeze. It's probably that water noise that's doing that. I often get... I seem to go through periods where I get up a lot at night and then I go back to sort of once or maybe twice. You know, last night, once last night. I got really hot in the bed last night. It's got to have been damp when I first got up here while it was so cold on Tuesday. That and the fact that Marc Bowles isn't here. Oh, there he is. Hello, Marc. All right, love. I sent him and his missus a little video today that I made when I woke up. I only made that about 7 o'clock, about 6:30 tonight, actually, Marc, after my afternoon nap. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see it, what I sent Marc? Marc and his missus. Here, I can show you, actually. Let's... little TikTok video. 1 minute. Where is it now? Where's me? There's me. Come on, me. How many views have we had on that one? Oh, 22. Not very good. You might not see it. It's a bit dark, actually, but here we are. I sent this to... And his missus. Here.
You're having an affair with my husband. Yep. How can you sleep at night? With your husband? You're having an affair.
Should be run. Duff me up later on. Evening, Marc. Weird City says, I have a fan on when I sleep. Even in winter, I can't sleep in silence, but the Amazon sounds great. Do you not have an Amazon? Oh, they're wonderful. You can put all sorts of stuff on there to help you sleep at night. They have all these different sounds. There's a jungle one as well, which is quite nice. You know, the sounds of a jungle late at night. And it goes on for ages. These sounds go on, I think the rain goes on for an hour, which is plenty enough time to send you off. Pouring down rain, and you have different types of rain. Light rain, rain on cars, rain on a tin roof, rain in a forest, rain in a jungle. You choose what one you want. I like the, I think, heavy rain and distant thunderstorm. So you would say, Amazon, play distant thunderstorm or something like that. Wonderful. That's how I help. How I do it. Rachel sleeps very well, just wakes up now and again to drink water due to overheating. Yeah, sometimes I get a really dry mouth. I don't know what's causing that. Doesn't happen all the time. Doesn't happen all the time. I think I had a bad night last night, but that's because I had chocolate before I went to sleep. It's blooming stupid. Really stupid. I only have myself to blame half the time. Shania sleeps with the landing light on. What, you live at an airport or something, my love? Shania must live at an airport. She's got landing lights. Have you got landing lights? Do planes land in your garden, Shania? I love you, darling. I sleep with the landing light on, phone next to my bed, and the curtains open. No wonder why I don't sleep well sometimes. Well, that and the worry of running the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, my love. That must be a real worry for you all the time. Wondering what to do with that collection box, eh? Thank you, Shania. I've got other stuff to show you today, I think. Rumble Bumble says now it's thundering. Oh, have I started off your the distant thunderstorm, have I? On Rumble Bumble's Amazon. I'm very careful not to say the other word because that will say have you got your thing to answer to Amazon then, have you? Oh, okay. Because you can have Amazon, the other word which most people have got, ALE, that one, that one. And there's another one, computer. I think it will answer to computer. You have to set it to one of those three, doesn't you? The default is AL. That's the default, AL. Okay, you can also choose Amazon, which I think my sister's got Amazon, and the other one's computer. Wonderful devices. I wake up to reach on air now, which is great. I literally wake up to reach on air because I got so fed up listening to these blooming news programmes, which I find very, very depressing all the time, really. Don't forget, you send an email if you want to, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Phone line's still open. If anyone wants to call in, 02081 443477 is my local London number. Other suggestions for nighttime sleeping? Reading in bed, it says, is one of life's great pleasures. Does anyone read in bed? My mum used to read in bed. I can't. I can't get comfortable reading in bed. You're all right like that. You got head up against that blooming wall like that. You're all right for about 2 minutes, and then your head starts hurting the back of your neck, doesn't it? It says reading in bed is one of life's great pleasures. Turn off your electronics and go old school with a paper book. Use a small table lamp and the lowest watt amber bulb you can find. Keep in mind, though, while getting swept up in a good novel may just be the thing after a long day, it's important to be ready to cut yourself off for a proper bedtime. It says go for a gentle glow. One of those salt table lamps. Now, I've got one of those at home. They're not expensive. They're like an orange glow. Beautiful they are. You could probably leave it on all night, actually. In my one, I've got an LED bulb in mine. But the actual salt, it's like a... Let me take a picture. This is a salt lamp. They're not that expensive.
Here with my husband.
Oh, hang on a minute. That's Marc Bowles' thing. There you go. There's a salt lamp. Anyone got one of those? Who's got one of those? I've had mine for ages in the at home. I mean, I could tell. This is the amazing thing with those Amazon devices. I can tell my lamp in my home to turn on from here if I want to. It's like a demonstration. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it from here. Here, I'll give you a demonstration. Alexa, home bedroom light on. Okay, now you can't see it, but I've just turned on my bedroom light at home. How clever is that? Alexa, home bedroom light off. How clever is that? Isn't that clever? I love it. Actually, talking of which, let me turn on my heating in the living room because I'm going to watch a bit of telly afterwards today. Put that on there. It's only 13 degrees. You see, when you're doing a show like this, you warm up while you're chatting away, I think, really. But those salt lamps are beautiful. It says keeping things dark in the bedroom is not just after about when you turn off the light. You have to ease your body into sleep, which includes 2 to 3 hours leading up to bedtime. So really, you need to turn off that phone pretty early. I mean, I find it difficult to turn the thing off. We are, just so many of us, addicted to phones, aren't we? I am. My sister would tell you, I'm on the blooming phone all the time when I'm at her house. And it's rude. I know, it is rude. It is rude. I find it so difficult to just turn it, put it down and leave it. Although, when I'm doing litter picking, I don't pick it up then. It stays in my pocket till I've finished. I don't bring it out or just check my message. No, it doesn't happen when I'm doing my litter picking. It says, remember lights brighter than a table lamp can mess with melatonin. So consider replacing harsh overhead lights with dimmer sources such as candles, those flameless ones, like not real candles. You don't really want real candles in the house. Honestly, they're just, houses catch fire. And, you may well say, I would never leave a candle flame going. Believe me, I tell you the same. I've got some smelly candles, those nice Yankee ones. I've got a few of those and I've had them on before. And I would tell you I never ever leave a candle on. But there has been occasions where I've gone to bed and got up and, why is that candle? You've forgotten. You forgot to blow it out. In fact, my portable gas heater, which is actually in the shed, if it gets really cold again, I would bring it out this side because it could do with a little bit of a boost in here with the heating when it's really cold. So I'd get it out again. But I remember when I was using that, not last year, the year before, for my afternoon sleep, I had this fire on. It was lovely and toasty. And then I went to bed and I got up again and I opened the living room door in here, which is just over there, right? Oh, it's a bit hot in here, isn't it? I'd left the fire on. And you really should not leave a portable or any gas fire on at night. You mustn't leave those on. Very dangerous. They are safe, yes, but nevertheless, things go wrong. Sometimes something goes wrong. Perhaps, I don't know, something goes wrong with a fire and it shoves out a flame. Caravans go up very quickly in fire. Very quickly. You got a caravan fire, get out. Quick as you can. The story goes on. We're big fans of the Himalayan salt lamps, which is what I just showed you there. That's what I've got, which give off a warm, gentle pink glow. I'd say it's more of a yellow than a pink, believed to help purify the air and balance electromagnetic radiation. I don't know what that old crap's about. Both of which improve sleep. And they say they're £15.99. £15.99, those lamps. Maureen has her radio set to LBC next to my pillow. She likes to listen to Steve Allen. He relaxes me. He's not very well at the moment, is he? He's usually there at 4 till 7. He's not been there again for 2 days, maybe 6. Yeah, so he's got something wrong. He's got something wrong, Maureen. And I'm not sure what it is, darling. I don't know what it is, really. I'll see if I can get your card for Monday. Your card has got to be somewhere. I just haven't seen it. I'm so sorry, Maureen. Yourself and Glenda took the time and trouble to send stuff. I don't know what's happened there. Why I didn't know who they were from there. Vera says I keep setting her Amazon off. She's turning it off. Sorry, Vera. Try the Jesus Remember You. Jesus Remember Me. Say, play Jesus Remember Me. Try that one, Vera, if you haven't done so already. All right, my love. What else have we got here? Other ways to help sleep. Don't have it too hot. Yeah, I go along with that. I can't sleep in a hot bedroom at all. What's this device here? Blimey, 500 quid? What's that? I don't know what that is. Chili Pad sleep system. What does that do? Hang on a minute. I've got to have a look at that. I've got to have a look at that. Let's see what this does. Chili pad sleep system. What's this do? That's what the paper's recommending there. £500. I don't think so. I'll be buying one of those. Mattress pads. Oh. Chili pad sleep system. Here we go. What a strange thing that is. It just looks like a box. Come on. £499. You select your bed size and what does it do? The chili pad control unit regulates the temperature of your bed. Just add water and plug in for a night of cold. Oh, you don't want a wet bed. Be like, we in the bed. Who's weed the bed recently? Anyone? You need the special mattress cover. That's what you need, my loves. Send your text in 07451287337. Anyone else going to call tonight for a close that phone line? 020 8144 3477. Have we got anything else here? Mattresses, try before you buy. I couldn't recommend that enough for you. Do not buy a mattress online without trying it. Seriously. I had a word with DJ Chris about that. He ordered a mattress online and didn't try it first. I don't know what it's like, but there's no way I'd buy a mattress without trying it. Some of these mattresses, they do try before you buy, though, don't they? So you can have it for, 30 days or whatever. If you don't like it, send it back. But don't take it out of the blooming plastic. Once you've done that, that's it, mate. It goes on about sheets. You want a lower thread count, 200 to 400 thread count on sheets to allow more air to circulate through the sheets. And always look for natural materials, linen, cotton and silk. They are more cooling than synthetics. Oh, yes, I know that one as well. What's that other stuff that sheets are made out of? Nylon. Don't buy nylon sheets and don't buy nylon shirts either. They're a nightmare. I had one on once. It was actually a Friday night while I was doing the karaoke. I think you were there, Maureen, actually. And I was so hot in this shirt, and then I realised it was a nylon shirt. Nightmare. And candles. It says candles, but I really wouldn't leave a candle on. Soothing sounds. That's what I told you, wasn't it? If you've not got an Amazon thing, you can get these devices that play you some sounds, some different sounds. You can I think there's some, they've got Raynor and things like that if you haven't got an Amazon device. But actually, probably buying an Amazon device is the cheapest story. Of course, you can get, usually you can get an Amazon device, the small Echo ones, for like 25 quid sometimes. You can probably get a sent back one for sort of 25 quid. Or they always have a sale twice a year. Black Friday, of course, just before Christmas. They usually have those Amazon devices for 25 quid. All right. We've got a call coming in from Mr. Marc Jones. Hello to you, Mark. Good evening.
Good evening, Chris.
All right.
Yes, I've got a way that I go to sleep.
What?
I've got a way that I go to sleep.
And how's that?
That helps me. I just put your show on and
oh,
bam.
how rude! I think a lot of pro.
No, I do. No, I generally do. I generally have to have something on at night time now because I used to listen to your show late at night. And I generally listen to your show, and it does help me sleep.
Do you think we should be on later then?
Maybe, because if I haven't got anything to listen to, like when you stopped doing the shows, I had to go back and listen to old ones.
I have to say, when it comes to show times and things like that, when of course we used to be on in the mornings, I didn't really think much of it. When people would send in a little message and say, we're so glad we're glad you're on in the morning because there's nothing else to watch, and I didn't realise really. Now I put the telly on in the morning and I see what they mean, because it's just horrendous. It's so depressing, all this news stuff in the morning. I end up usually watching Dragon's Den videos on the YouTube or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I rang in to tell you anyway, so I'll let you crack on.
Are you going as well? Okay, yeah, it was a very quick call, Mark. Are you feeling tired?
No, I don't want to bore people.
Has it made you tired ringing in like that?
It has, yeah. So I thought I might go to sleep while it's live tonight instead of having to
Go
listen
to
to the recording.
sleep. Go to sleep. Well, I'm glad we're sending you to sleep, Mark.
Yeah. Good night.
Thanks for calling. Bye bye. Well, there you go. Mark likes to be sent to sleep as well. George Bond is getting a new bed next week. Good, George. Where's that coming from? Vera says, for £500, Chris, you can get a nice man to help you sleep. Well, you can order one of those for 500 quid. 500 quid, dear. I haven't got 500 quid to spend. We're very short of cash at the moment. Very short of cash. I don't know if you've heard about the karaoke. We're hoping to be back there on Friday, the 21st of May. Friday, the 21st of May. We are hoping to be back at Central Station. That depends on quite a lot, though. I beg your pardon. I think it's the 27th. I think it's the 27th. Friday. Oh, no, hang on. 21st. Oh, it's 21st. Friday the 21st of May is when we're hoping to be back at Central Station. It will be downstairs. That's all been done up. It's all been completely cleaned, decorated, drapes hanging up and things like that on the wall. We'll be downstairs. Limited amount of people in there. I think you've got to book in. I haven't got the exact details yet. And it's £2. There's a £2 door charge on there. All right, my darling, just to let you know, Vera. Amelia said she listens to noises on her Amazon device to help her sleep as well. She's not well at the moment. She's ill, Amelia, aren't you, my love? Good. Okie doke then. Now, what else have we got here today? I've shown you these beautiful teapots. Are you still with us, Glenda? Let's have another look at Glenda's teapot. Look at that. Okay, of course, I won't use this for tea. This is just a beautiful display for this here. I'm really touched by your gifts there, Glenda. Thanks very much there, my loves. Let's have a look there. What have we got here? New parking. Here's an idea for those of you that get fined for parking badly. And we know how easy that is, don't we? We know how easy that is. I'm convinced that various organisations and companies make it difficult to realise you're not supposed to park somewhere. I had it in Clapham High Street some years ago now, where I got fined for parking somewhere that I'd parked in the same particular place for years. And then suddenly I got this fine through. And what had happened, they'd turned the bay into taxis only. And the only thing they'd done is put up a small sign which says taxis only 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. That's all they changed. There was no markings on the floor or anything like that. You used to park in the same yellow box for years. And I'm convinced we are tripped up by some of these organisations. Well, the Daily Star is reporting there's going to be a new parking payment system introduced. This is brilliant. A new parking technology could mean drivers won't receive hefty fines and charges ever again. I bet some of these parking companies will not be hoping that this doesn't happen. Parking experts, HOSA, have received investment to ensure their new revolutionary technology can get off the ground. Now, what does this do? It will promise to transform the way motorists pay for their parking charges to ensure road users don't get caught out. The automated parking payment system will work by connecting drivers to an automatic number plate recognition system. You know, like what the police use? To work successfully, it will detect when motorists enter and exit a car park to calculate how long cars have stayed. Brilliant idea. Then the parking fees are automatically calculated with drivers given the price of the correct length of their stay. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? You see, the one thing that trips up a lot of people is when you go perhaps in a supermarket car park or a McDonald's car park. You wouldn't think anything about it. So you go in there, you get whatever you're getting, and then you go again. But then you've realised you've forgotten something. Perhaps you've come out of McDonald's and you've forgotten the ice cream, or there's something missing from the bag. And then you go back into that car park Unbeknown to you, that sign says you can only come in here for a maximum of 2 hours in a 24-hour period. So you've already been in there for that period, for that whatever it was, that first visit, and then you've gone back again. Well, then you've broken the rules, you see. That one trips a lot of people up. Be very careful. Always read the signs, whatever car park you go into, because these bastards are trying to get your money. Believe me. They're trying to get your money. I've heard this at Aldi car parks, Lidl car parks, or Sainsbury's car parks. People have gone in there for their shopping. Gone in there. Come out. Oh, I've forgotten the milk. Gone back in there an hour later. Well, you've been in twice in a 24-hour period now, haven't you? The sign says once. That one trips up an awful lot of people. Be very careful of that. The story goes on. The tool by Hoser will reduce the effects of human error to ensure road users never get to pay for their parking tickets. Often payment rules are unclear, which can... Here we go. You know they are. You know they are. Often payment rules are unclear, which can leave people rushing back to a predetermined time. Once installed, road users won't have to worry about fines because their car is their payment car. And it also means motorists don't have to stress about carrying cash to pay for traditional tickets from display machines. How many times have you gone to a display machine? This machine is out of order. Now, what does that mean? A lot of people then assume, oh, well, if it's out of order, we don't need to buy a ticket. No, not always. Why do you think just because the machine's out of order, you can park there for nothing? Someone owns that piece of land. They're determined to fine you left, right and centre. I'm sure half the time some of these companies turn off the machines so that you're caught out. Usually there's more than one machine, but you can't be bothered to walk to the other end, can you? Then you get your fine. Awful part. Isn't it awful? The motorist is clobbered left, right and centre. Maureen says, I never have the heating on in my bedroom. I have my electric blanket. Oh, do you know, I've got an electric blanket here. Why don't I use it? Actually, no, it's not. It's not the same in a caravan, Maureen, to be honest. It's not, because you can be nice and warm in bed, but you can literally feel, if it's really cold, you can literally in here feel the cold air coming down on you. And it's not nice. Oh, Maureen, she's got an electric blanket on for a couple of hours before I go to bed. Then she's lovely and cosy. Lovely, darling. Clarissa's there. Hello, Clarissa. Nice to see you back at the caravan again. Yeah, very pleased to be here. Very pleased to be here. Lee Toby says classical music is great for falling asleep. Something from Inspector Morse also works for me. That's a very good TV programme. So thank you for that, Lee. My sister's just sent in something. She says from Glenda. Now, she sent that 2 minutes ago. Thank you, sis. Oh, you mean these two items here? Yes, well, I know that now, yeah. Yeah, they're beautiful, aren't they? Absolutely. I mean, the quality of that stuff is so good that she sends us. It really is. Thank you, Glenda. Glenda, are you still with us, darling? I don't know if she's still with us at the moment. Good. Righty-ho. What else have we got here? YouTube channel I've discovered. It's very good. It's called JT Reacts. This is an American bloke. And he loves everything about the UK. He absolutely loves everything about the UK. All right? Give him a go. And and look for the Jaffa Cakes one. Look for the Jaffa Cakes one. What happens is he's very popular. He's got thousands and thousands of subscribers as opposed to my 1,600 one. We hope one day that might change. He's got thousands of subscribers. He loves everything about the UK. And he wanted to do a taste testing thing of the different sweets and biscuits and crisps and things like that. So all these British people started sending him stuff. And he got parcels and he had a PO box set up, and he got parcels and parcels full of food. And one of the things he tried out was biscuits. And one of the biscuits cakes he tried out were Jaffa cakes. And it's hilarious. Him and his missus sit there and they try a Jaffa cake for the first time. And get this, they hated them. How is that even possible that they didn't like Jaffa cakes? I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. How can you not know? It's a scandal. That's what it is, dear. I think he gave it something like, out of a score of like 0 till 10, he gave it something ridiculous like minus 6,000. He hated them. Is there anyone else that doesn't like Jaffa cakes as a matter of interest? Nice and soft with that little orange tangy thing in the middle. Oh, delicious. How can you not like Jaffa cakes? Anyway, he's very likeable, actually. All right. And once again, that YouTube channel, if you want to try that, is JT Reacts. JT Reacts. I've got a few little bits and pieces I'm going to put together for him. And send them off to him at some point, I think. You know, because I think he'd like to possibly give me a go, to be honest. And another thing for you to watch if you're on TikTok, Rachel and anyone else, a bloke on there called Calm Down Connor, CAALM, down, DOWN, CONNOR, Calm Down Connor, and he's hilarious. He's hilarious. Basically, he takes other people's videos, watches them, and comments. He is so funny. He swears a bit on there, but that's okay. It'll take something, you know, like some of these fellas on there, and they take their tops off and try and look all sexy. And it's like, are you for real? Are you for real, mate? What are you doing? What are you doing? You should go to the gym first, at least. I mean, calm down, for Christ's sake. He's very funny as well. So 2 for you to look out for there. On YouTube, JT Reacts, nice American YouTube channel, and Calm Down Connor on TikTok. All right. Any more text, nice and quickly, gang? Rachel loves Jaffa cakes. I can eat one whole packet all to myself. Yeah, me too. And that's the problem I've got, Rachel. Anything like that, chocolate, crisps, biscuits, have them in the house. That's it. They all get eaten. 3 great big bars of chocolate I've had. I've had Maureen's Beautiful Galaxy Caramel. That was the first one I had, actually. That's the first one I had, Maureen. And my sister bought me this great big, enormous Cadbury's chocolate. I must admit, I had a bit last night, which was the mistake. Shouldn't have had that before I go to bed. And I've had a bit just before I started the show tonight. And a bit this afternoon. 3 lots, really. Didn't have it all in one go. I could have. You remember Maureen, non-Irish Mary, used to bring me in a great big bar of chocolate every time, didn't she? But it's all gone now. Although we might have an ice cream tomorrow at Skegness. Yes. Looking forward to that. Any more text, nice and quickly, gang? We'll finish up on this story today. In the Daily Mirror. A mum. What do you think of this? Is this a horrible mum or not? I'm going to sneeze. 1 minute. Where's my tissue? It's sneezing time. Oh, dear. Oh, gosh. I did have a couple of pictures. I had a picture from... Oh, John Parrish. I was going to show you this as well. Can I just show you this from John Parrish? Look at that. That's the view out of his new house. Isn't that lovely? Lovely, isn't it? Oh, and there was one other thing. Where's Mike today? Mike's not here today, is he? Oh, he's at work, isn't he? That's why Mike's at work now. Let's do this first. A mum has divided opinion after she revealed she threw away her son's toys after he refused to tidy his room. That's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, most children, we don't want to tidy our rooms, do we? We won't even tidy the doctor's surgery. You know, you get these mums and what have you in doctor's surgeries. Well, not anymore, because you don't have queues of people in doctor's surgeries anymore, do you? Not really. Anyway, this woman explained she wanted to teach her 5-year-old son a lesson after he refused to tidy up his bedroom for 2 days. In a video that's been viewed more than 3.4 million times, Tabitha walks around the Tot's messy room that has toys all over the floor. She then says, when you ask your child for 2 days in a row to clean his room and his response is, no, you clean it, mummy. OK, I will do that gladly. She then records herself throwing all his toys into black bags and wrote, trash, here we come as the caption. Gosh. She then adds, mummy is not raising disrespectful men. It's not a mummy's job or a woman's job to do anything. What does that mean, sick? They put sick in brackets. Do anyone know what that means? Brackets, S-I-C, close brackets. What's that mean, sick? You make the mess, clean it up. You see mum struggling, help her. Don't sit there and let a woman struggle. And then it says sick again in brackets. My babies will learn this quickly, although she acknowledges her approach is extreme. She's determined to make sure her son learns his lesson. Wow. I think that's a bit much, don't you? Chucking your child's toys away like that. Just because they won't clear them up. I mean, I might not tidy them up, but I wouldn't... Oh, you've lost me now, haven't you? I just realised I haven't put my camera back on, look. Did you enjoy that picture? I would probably prefer looking at that picture rather than my face, wouldn't I? Do you think that's a bit too much? Chucking away a child's toys like that? I don't know. Finally today, gang, Regina Fong. That's Regina Fong. She was a famous drag queen, and I think it's 17 years. I'm not quite sure. Hang on, let me just check that. Where are we now? I should have. I thought I had this already for you. There it is. Is that one there? Bum bum bum. Oh, it's not even there. Look at that. I think it's 17 years. Oh, hang on. I know where it is. Come on, where is it now? Should have had this ready for you ages ago. Oh, I can't damn. I'll find. Oh, there it is. Here we are. 18 years ago. 18 years ago. This is Regina Fong. She was like the figurehead of the black cap. Very, very popular. And today it's 18. Yesterday it was 18 years ago that we lost Regina Fong. Do any of you know him at all? Anyone ever seen Regina Fong? What about you, Vera? Do you remember Regina Fong at all? Hugely popular. Black cap kind of figurehead. That was her home. And I can't believe we lost her 18 years ago on this day. I went to the funeral. And we had Lily Savage doing the eulogy, you know, Paul. Very, very sad. So I just wanted to remember Regina Fong on the show tonight. All right. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to round up there, my darlings. Thanks ever so much for joining us on the show this evening. Thanks for all your texts. I just double-checked the texts. We've done all the texts. There we are. There we are. My sister says you asked me to open your presents as you didn't come up. I'd done it on a live with you. Everything was in the box. I can't remember. Can't remember that, sis. Anyway, we know now, don't we? So we all know where the presents came from, and thank you very much for your Christmas presents and bits and pieces. Thanks for joining us. We've got another chat show for you on Monday night at 8 o'clock. I do hope you'll be able to join me then, gang. And that's it. Have I got my clothes thing on there? Have I put that on there? Yes, I have. There we are. Well, it worked all right tonight, didn't it? Have a lovely weekend. Don't forget Prince Philip's funeral tomorrow. That's on the telly from 12:30 on BBC One. Enjoy the rest of your night. Good night now.